the Rubik's Cube. Well, you may have thought that this is impossible to solve or that you can never be able to solve it. Well, in this video, I will walk you through step by step on how to solve it using the beginner method. So first we're going to go ahead and scramble the cube, and then once it's scrambled, we'll move on into the tutorial. Okay, so now that it's scrambled, the first step is to solve the white cross. So basically what that is all the white pieces, all the edge pieces that have white on them are going to line up in a cross or maybe a plus shape right here on top. So the first way we're going to do that is we're going to try to put all the white pieces, and it doesn't matter what order they're in, around the yellow center. So basically by doing that, there is no set algorithm. So we're going to kind of have to do that more intuitively on our own. Okay, so once you have the daisy, then you're going to find the edge piece that pairs up with the center piece that has the same color as it. So in this case, I have the orange edge piece, and then it's the white edge piece as well. And this only works after you have the whole daisy. So once you have this, you're going to go ahead and rotate it twice, and that will put it on the white side. Then you're going to look around, and if you don't have any others that match, you're going to rotate until you have one that does. When you have one that does, you will then rotate it twice, and it should put it in the right spot with the white on top. And in this case, I also have the blue. That's correct, so I can rotate that twice. And now we have 3 of the cross pieces that are correctly solved. And this one's not correct, so I'm just going to go ahead and rotate that once. And I can rotate this twice down. Okay, there we go. So then we're going to solve the corner pieces up here. So basically what that means is we're going to have to solve the white, the first layer basically, what's it called? So we're going to solve the white and this corner right here. So in this case, I have the red, green, white corner and the red, green center. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to try to insert this white piece up here while correctly putting the green side with the green and the red side with the red, and not obscuring any of the other progress that we've already made. So the way I'm going to do this is multiple fundamental algorithms. So for this one, all we need to know is this algorithm right here, and that will insert that. There's another algorithm that you would also need to know, but for now let's just work on this one. So we have this again, and so that's going to be down, down, over, up. Okay, so we've run into another problem. So right here we have the white piece facing down. So if it is facing down, then what you can do is rotate it to still go under where it needs to go. So we have the orange, green, white, and under where it needs to go with the orange, green, white centers. And what we can do is we can rotate it to the left or right, it really doesn't matter. But we can, let's say we just put it in the left, and we're gonna rotate down, and we're gonna rotate this over 2, and we can rotate this back up. And now we have the white that's gonna face this way, and we can easily insert that using the algorithm that that was shown earlier by moving this over, this, this, and this. And now you have 3 or more pieces solved. And then finally we have this. So another case that may happen is if the white side doesn't face this way on the right, but it faces towards you on the left. So what this is going to be is it's going to be the same algorithm as this, but it's going to be mirrored. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to rotate it the opposite direction and then move it down, over, and up. So this is the other possible case that could happen. If this does happen, an easy way to take this out is just to rotate down, and it doesn't matter what side it will come out, but whatever side is easier, you can use that. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna rotate this down, this over, and this up. That allows this piece to be taken out of here to then be reinserted correctly in the correct spot. So the next step is the second layer. So we're gonna flip the cube upside down so we have the yellow center on top. And what we're gonna try to find is the edge pieces that don't have any yellow on them. So like this one does. but this one doesn't. This one has green and red only on it. We're gonna try to find the center that this color matches up to. So we have the red on top and the green on bottom, and that matches up with this green centerpiece. So what we're gonna do then, it needs to go in this area right here where this edge piece is. So the way we do that is we can see easily by just rotating and see if that piece needs to go there. If it needed to go here, it'd be a different algorithm. But since it needs to go here, we're going to do a certain one. So what we're gonna do is we rotate this piece away from the place where it needs to go. So in this case, it needs to go here, and we're gonna rotate away from it. Then we're gonna do this. So we're gonna bring this piece up. Then we're gonna go over, down, and then we're gonna rotate the cube so we have that white that we just brought out facing towards us. And then we're gonna bring it over, up, and then we can easily reinsert it by going over and then going down. And that will add that centerpiece. And then we have that again, so we can go over, make sure this is opposite, so we can go over, so that's over there, and this is over here. And then we can go up, over, down, and then we can rotate the cube so the white's facing towards us, move this over, move this up, move this over, and move this down. Okay, and now we can look for, okay, we have this again, it needs to go over here, so we rotate it opposite, and we can do that same algorithm. Okay, there we go. Now, there is another case, and in this case, it's when these two colors don't match up, so the place where you need to insert it isn't on the right, but these two colors match up on the left, and it needs to be inserted on the right. In this case, it would be needed to be inserted on the left in previous cases, and in this case, it needs to be inserted on the right. So what we're gonna do is a literal mirrored position, and basically what that is we're just going to rotate it the opposite direction. So we're going to still rotate this piece away from where it needs to go, and we're gonna go on the opposite side, up, over, down, and then rotate the cube so the white's facing towards you, and we can go over, up, over, down. But this is the case where this piece is flipped in here. Now all you have to do is do one of the two algorithms that was taught previously to take it out, and then another algorithm can be, and the same algorithm can be done to put it back in to its place. And then we move on to the last layer. So right now we're gonna have to make the yellow cross like we did with the white, but we're gonna have to make yellow on top. So there are three cases that can be here. There can be this line, just the yellow centerpiece with no yellow facing on top, or we can have this kind of short L shape right here. So in this case, we have the line, and I'll show you what the other ones look like in a minute. So what the algorithm for this is, we're going to move this over. So we're going to go over and hold the line facing to the right. So we don't hold it like this, make sure to hold it like this. And then we're gonna go over, and we go up, over, down, over, and then let's go down. And that should give us the yellow cross. And don't pay attention to these pieces just yet. So this is the small L shape that I was talking about. So the way you hold this is you're going to hold it so one side's facing towards you and one side's facing right. So it wouldn't be correct to hold it like that. You want to hold it like that instead. And the algorithm for this is, instead of doing one front layer, we're going to do two front layers and do the exact same algorithm. So it's going to be, for this, we're going to hold it like this, and we're going to do this, 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 and that should give us the yellow cross. Okay, so this is the final case that you can run into. Now, the dot is just when there's only yellow centerpiece up here. We don't have the line, and we don't have the little weird L. So the algorithm for this is going to be a little bit different. So it's going to be the L and the line mixed together. So first we're going to move both these over and do up, over, down, over, and we're gonna move this back up, and that will give us a line, and we can move that so it's facing right and left, and then we can go just do the face move, and up, over, down, over, and go back, and that should give us the full yellow cross. Now, the next step is to find edge pieces that already match up. In this case, I have orange and blue that match up, and green and red that don't. So if I have this case, sometimes these cross pieces will all be solved, and sometimes they won't, like how I have these two solved and these two unsolved. So in the way that you're gonna fix this is with a algorithm that is going to be a little bit different than other ones. So what we're going to do for this algorithm is we're going to hold this edge piece over to the right, and we're going to go like this. And if that didn't work the first time, then I do recommend trying again. It is very important that you hold the two that are solved in one on the right side and one on the back side. Now there is another case which you could get, and that would be where these two pair up and these two don't, where these two need to switch. So what we're going to do for this one is we're going to rotate this so it's to the right of us, so we can do a cube rotation, or we can do this. And what we're going to do is we're going to do the same algorithm we would for the other two, and look for, again, the ones that are going to be paired up. So in this case, I have green and orange, and then these two are unsolved, and then we can easily do the same algorithm, and that should solve all the edge pieces. So the next step, finally, is to do the corner pieces. So we're going to look around and see if any of them are in the right spot. In this case, I have none. So the algorithm for this is going to be, if you have none, it doesn't matter. We're going to rotate the top, and we're going to go up, over, down, over, down. And then we can pair up the edges again, make sure these are paired up, and we're going to look for if any are in the right spot. Now this is in the right spot, and even if I rotate it, it's still in the right spot. It's still in the right place. It's just flipped. So right now I have this, and this is in the right spot. So if you have one that's in the right spot, you're going to have it on the right facing towards you, and you're going to rotate it over, and we're going to go up, over, down, over, down, and that should put all of them in the right spot. Now this is very important. This is the last step. Now you could just flip the corners, but that would technically be cheating. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do this last algorithm. So it does matter if the yellow is facing you or if it's facing away, like I have here. So in this case, I have the yellow facing me first. So what this is going to be is we're going to have to repeat this algorithm 4 times. So first, we're going to rotate it up, and then we're going to go over, down, over, and we can repeat that 4 times. So go up, over, down, over, up, over, down, over, up, over, down, over. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh no, I messed up the cube. Well, no. You have to next then find another one, and you can do the same algorithm again. And if it's not facing towards you on the right side and it's facing away from you, then you're going to do this algorithm twice. So it's going to be up, over, down, over, up, over, down, over. And there you go. You successfully solved the cube. Now, if you have for that last algorithm all 4 that are missing, or 3, just repeat those algorithms. There's only 2 possible cases, and it's where either they're solved, or there's one facing this way or one facing towards you. It doesn't matter. It's still the same algorithms. But good job, and if you did all this correctly, then you solved your first cube.